In this video, I'm going to show you what I believe to be the best build in God of War Ragnarok. For this to work, you have to be in New Game Plus, and you have to kill every Berserker except the Berserker King, because each one of them drops one of these amulets, and with this, you'll get Realm Shift every time you activate your Rage. In New Game Plus, Kratos can be level 10. The way to achieve level 10, you have to upgrade everything to level 10, including your weapons. As you can see, all three of my weapons are level 10. And then if you ever want to know what difficulty I'm playing on, just look at the top right of the screen. Right now it says Give Me No Mercy, but during the fight I'm actually on Give Me God of War. First, let's go over the armors and amulets. The amulet I'm using is all the Berserker ones that drop in New Game Plus. And again, like I said, if you activate Rage, any Rage, it's going to activate Realm Shift. So we're going to be using the Fury Rage. So that one we can just keep spamming Rage activation and deactivation. If you look at settings, controller remapping, you can see swipe up is buying it to Spartan Rage for me. I find it much more comfortable to use my index finger to swipe up because I play claw. The timing on this is right after he finishes his scream, you want to swipe up or whatever, activate Rage again to deactivate it. So here's what it should look like. That was a little slow, I'm going to try one more time. That was about perfect timing right there. You get 9 realms buff and the realm shift. A 9 realm buff actually only affects you if you have Permafrost or Immolation activated, which we're not going to be doing in this fight. For the most part in this fight, I would actually recommend using your fist, because using your fist or barehanded skills or shield attacks is going to give you the most amount of rage. The way I like to use is I use the Shatterstar shield. The reason I use it is obviously it comes with Runic, but the main thing is you could use it to cancel your punching combination. So it should look like you want to do the first 3, and the last attack is actually really slow, and it also locks you in animation, which might get you killed. So the way I do it is I very lightly tap L1 to cancel it. If you tap it too hard, it's not going to cancel as fast. So here's what it should look like. For our chest armor, we're using the Cuirass of Ares. Rage hits have a luck chance to drop a health stone. Health stones now also grant rage, and all stones trigger a bigger explosion. Now the first part, rage hit, anytime you activate the Fury, whatever enemy is nearby is not only going to get staggered, but there's a chance they're going to drop a health stone or a rage stone. Our luck is at 397, which is extremely high, and I don't think going over 400 is very useful. So with this armor, anytime you also trigger Rage Stone or step on a Health Stone, it's going to do a ton of damage, and you'll see it in the fight. It does a ton of damage to even the hardest enemy, King Hrolf on New Game Plus, hardest difficulty. For the waist armor, I'm going to be using the Gip 2 Modder's Waist Guard. Hitting enemy with a runic attack or relic has a luck chance to drop a Health Stone or Rage Stone. Now, other than activating your Rage, this is going to be your main source of getting Health Stones or Rage Stones. The base chance is 10%, using 2 of them gives you 20, you don't need that, 10 is perfectly fine. And this build actually centers around you using your runic attacks and your relic. The relic we're going to be using is the one with the fastest cooldown, which is Hilt of Tearfang. This one only has 21-second cooldown with our build. It has like a little AoE attack that sacrifices your health, which is not a big deal because during the fight you're just going to be constantly getting health stones, you're just going to giving you your health back. Now if you fully charge it, you're going to lose more health, but you'll lose more damage. Now if you're low on health, just quickly tap it, don't hold it down. You're going to sacrifice some health, and any enemy around you is going to take some hit, and that's going to either drop a rage or a health stone with our luck. Surprisingly, the Hilt of Tearfang, our relic, is going to have the fastest cooldown at 21 seconds. The other second fastest one is Health's Touch, which is at 32 seconds. Now everything 21 seconds is fast. Wait till you see our wrist armor. We're going to be using the Berserker Gauntlets. Low luck chance for successful hits to cause a soul explosion, dealing damage and restoring some cooldown of the relic. With this combined with the other one, you're going to be getting your relic so often that it's just going to be your main source of getting your rage stones or health stones. Probably second to the rage activation. Now this also comes with a lot of really good stats, which is also going to help your build. For the axe, I'm using the wooden knob. For the stats it comes with, the health touch is a nice little fast cooldown AoE attack that's going to help you drop the Rage Stone and Health Stone. Same goes for Mist of Helheim, but that's also going to freeze the enemies that step inside. With Realm Shift, it's going to be even easier for you to freeze the enemies that step inside. These would be my skill recommendation for the axe, and if you didn't already know, in New Game Plus you could get plus versions of these skills. As you can see, it costs you 10,000 Kratos XP, so it's pretty expensive, so choose them wisely. Some of the best ones I'd recommend are this Grab Attack, Serpent Snare. This one does a lot of damage, but also if you have Element equipped, it's going to freeze all the enemies that you throw the smaller enemies at. Also, you could just go with damage if it's a singular enemy that you can't grab. This one's another good one, gives you a lot of momentum. It's a nice little axe combo. But the main stuff I want to focus on are these two, more specifically the Frozen Ascent. This one is going to give you a ton of momentum build-up, and I'm going to show you how to get that. One of my favorite things to do with the Ask is to use the Frozen Ascent ability. The fast way to do it is instead of throwing it and holding triangle, or just holding triangle to make it really slow, or attacking and then waiting a little bit and then pressing triangle. My favorite way to do it is just press right on the D-pad to put away the axe and then just hold triangle. Once you practice enough, you can get really good at doing this. To make this build even better, if you look at the skill tree on the axe, you can see you get a bonus to luck and runic while your meter is fully charged. Now this doesn't mean you have to activate it, you just have to have the permafrost fully charged. The same goes for the blades, Immolation, or the maelstrom. Now they all share the same bar, so you don't have to do one for each. As long as any one of them is filled, it's full. So you don't need to activate it. As long as it's full, you're going to get a bonus to your runic, which is going to increase the damage of our runic attacks or our burn damage. But the main thing is the luck bonus. That's going to help us drop the more health stones and rage stones, as well as the relic cooldown from our Berserker chest. Having more luck is always a good thing. For the Blades of Chaos, I'm using Flame of Anguish. However, you could use the Helios Flare because it only has 32 seconds for the cooldown compared to the 42. As well as this one, if you charge it up, the explosion is going to hit multiple enemies at the same time. For the heavy runic attack, I'm going with Nemean Crush because it's one of the fastest out of all of them, as well as having a nice AoE that's going to hit multiple enemies. For the blade attachment, I'm using the Luminous Recovery handles. Flame Whiplash hits have a moderate luck chance to grant a blessing of cooldown, restoring more cooldown. So if you ever need more cooldown, you could use the Whiplash. The stats are also nice. And for the skill, Whiplash, I have damage. However, if you want to build some Immolation, you could use the Scorched Sweep. They both count. This one has momentum on it. I want to give a quick demonstration or tutorial on how to do the Whiplash. Now, if you're very new to this, the way to do it is just if you do a regular attack, you'll feel your controller vibrating right after you do the attack. The vibration indicates when it's time to press triangle to fully charge it. So it should look like this. The flame you see that's around Kratos on the fast spin is when you did it right. If you do it too early, it looks like this. That's not fully charged. And then if you do it too late, which is not a bad thing, you can still do it well. Now, once it's fully charged, you can press R1 to do the the sweep attack, which I have momentum. I do that for a range attack because it actually travels really far. As you can see, that one travels all the way. And then if you do the other one with the R2, that one is going to be the more damaging one. And that one, if you didn't already know, it does more damage if you hit the enemy during their attack, as you can see. If you have it fully upgraded, striking an enemy during their attack, this almost like doubles the damage. So if you're ever waiting for an enemy, you could do it really well. So like once it's fully charged, wait for them to come to you, you can just hold triangle, and then if they're right about to attack, you can dodge it and then hold triangle again and it's fully charged. You punish them during their attack. That was the basic way to do it. The more advanced way to do it is with like a sprinting attack. You could come out of it doing it. It's actually any attack you could do it, but the fastest ones are the sprinting attack, but also the shield bash. The fastest shield is actually the Shatterstar shield that we're using right now. The Dauntless shield is a close second. Now me personally, if you go to settings, controller map viewing, you can see that swipe down I have shield strike. Instead of double tapping L1 twice, I use swipe down. If you look at my controller on the bottom right, it'll show it. So all I do is swipe down, press triangle, and then right quickly I press R2, and then I just swipe down to cancel it, and then do another one. So it should look like this. I'm not going to be taking it. Oh my god, voice crack. For the drop near spear, I'm using the Warrior's Echo Serrator. The light runic attack is Holder Charge, which gives you iframes, and it's one of the faster ones. Honor of the Fallen has like a nice little AoE spread whenever you activate it, so that's going to be good for like hitting multiple enemies, as well as the cooldown is pretty fast. You could use Artillery of Ancients as well. Now with the Shatter... The Shatterstar shield plus the spear actually gives you an ability to throw it much faster than normal. Now the normal way to throw the spear is actually really slow. It looks like this. Now if you use the dash to cancel the recovery, it could be a little bit faster. The way to make it even faster is by holding the L1 to aim your spear and then pressing R1 to throw it, and then cancel the recovery with pressing L1. So then you just hold down L2, R1, L1, R1, L1, R1, L1. So it should look like this. Last but not least, let's go over the Queen, Valkyrie, Freya. The accessories are extremely important. If you want the runic refinement, this one using Healthstone or Ragestone refines 3 runic arrows and greatly reduces runic summon's cooldown. The runic summon they're talking about is not yours, they're talking about her runic summon. Now the 2 best ones I find is the Steel Harmony, which is a nice little Bifrost damage and it has the fastest cooldown sitting at 100 seconds. The other one is the Poison one, which is Sidar Exhale, which is 250 seconds. So whichever one you want, try it out, see which works for you. Sigil amplification is pretty good because anytime an enemy is afflicted with Hex, you get a massive increase to your damage. However, a lot of the times that's not going to be the case, so you could use something else, whichever works for you. Some good ones are Runic Capacity, Reckless Empowerment, Sigil Amplification, and Runic Potency. A lot of the times in my video, you'll see me shoot a random sigil arrow and then go into a fight. The reason I do that is because of knock proficiency. Every 3rd runic arrow fires an additional 3 arrows. That's going to be massive for inflicting hex on the enemies. So if I fire 1, you'll see it's just regular. That's 3 right there. So the 3rd one is going to be 3. So I would fire like 2 and then go into the fight. So the first runic arrow I fire in the fight is going to be 3. For the sword, we're going to be using the Mondal, and that's about everything in the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and these videos take a lot of work to do, so if you did enjoy it and it helped you in any way, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. If you enjoy the channel, there's a Discord. You could join the Discord to talk to all the community members, as well as try to join my live streams if you want to just say hi. I would appreciate the support there as well. See ya.